I'm going to show you how I pack my backpack for a backpacking trip. I'm about to go on a 4-day, 3-night, 60-mile backpacking trip. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to show you guys how I pack my pack. I've honed this method in over the years, and this is what works best for me. Hopefully maybe you guys can take some ideas from how I do it. This is my trusty backpack. I love this thing. This is the Z-Packs Arc Blast 55 liter Dyneema backpack. I have absolutely nothing in here right now. All I did was put some tension on the frame to give it the arc, and that's it. So I'm going to show you guys how I pack this thing up. First thing we're going to do is line the bottom of our pack with a Nylofume pack liner. You can get these for, I think, like a couple bucks a piece from a bunch of different places. This is going to line the bottom of our backpack. We're going to put all of our compressible things and things that we don't want getting wet no matter what. We're going to put all that stuff to the bottom of our pack, make sure that it stays nice and dry no matter what happens. First thing in is going to be the quilts. So I normally start with my top quilt here. Should hypothetically be the last item I'm going to need out of my backpack. Stuff it down in there. Next up is my underquilt here. Same thing, just going to stuff it down in there. Okay. Then after that, I go with the hammock. I'm going to put this more kind of like in this area. Kind of give it a nice space down in here. Okay. Put that in. And I got my extra clothes here. It's not supposed to be too cold on this trip, so I got a couple pairs of extra socks, sleep shirt, sleep shorts. Stuff that down in there. And for this trip, that's all I'm going to be putting down in the pack liner. Anything compressible that we want to keep dry, we're going to put down here. Now we're going to start pushing all the air out of this. We want to get this compressed down as much as we can. This is where some high quality down quilts help out. They compress down very, very well, really small. And then once you have most of the air pushed out of there, twist it around a couple times and then tuck it back in. I tuck it back in back here, just like that. Now that forms a very stable base for the bottom of our backpack. It's really flat, you know, it's got some weight down here. It's a great starting point for packing. Next up, I just take a small sit pad here, put it along the back side. Just adds a little bit of support and structure for everything that's going to go in here. Next is the fuel can. I sit that right in the middle here. Next to that is going to go my cook pot with my stove. Sit that over here. Take my toiletry bag. Put it down along the left there. Then I'll take my first aid miscellaneous bag, stick that right on top of it there. Okay. Just like that. Got my tree straps, they'll go in along the front here. And then I'll put my hang time hook in here. And I just be a little careful of how I put this in here, because it does have some springs that could potentially poke the pack. I'll stick him in there like that. It's really that simple. This is the second level, I guess you would say, after the bottom of the pack liner with the compressible stuff. It's pretty flat, forms a nice surface. On top of that, we'll go my food bag, but we'll move on to the outside of the pack now. Now we'll move on to the outside here on my mesh pocket. This is going to be anything that can get wet, doesn't matter. So my tarp, rain gear, things like that. First thing in is going to be the tarp. Right next to that, I'll put my 4 tarp stakes with the guy lines attached. Facing up, I like to face the stake end up. Next to that goes my rain kilt. Camp shoe flip-flops. Water bladder bag. Water filter with my scoop. And those are the primary things that go here on the outside. Now things, if they get wet as I'm backpacking, they'll come out here. Could be like wet socks, wet tree straps, anything like that. Sometimes I'll put snacks back here, beef jerky, what have you. I almost forgot my rain jacket. Don't want to forget that. He goes in right here. Usually shove them in right on top of the flip-flops there. Next thing in is going to be our food bag. Pretty large food bag here, 4 days worth of food. That should fit in right in here nice on the top. Fits in there like a glove. Next up will be my electronics bag, battery bank, headlamp, things like that in there. I'll stick that right on top of the food bag. Then on the very top, so I can get to it when I need it, I'll put my fleece. That's really going to do it. Now we can just roll her up. Press out the air. Give it a couple rolls. Snap it. Cinch down the sides here a little bit. Bring this top strap across here. Tighten that down a little bit. Then I usually just tuck it right back in here. Final thing then here is my Spot Gen 3. I normally just clip it right here and let it hang like that. Gets a good signal. You can hang it off the side. There's different ways that you can hang it. This works out pretty well for me. Smart water bottle on each side. So there you have it. That is a fully packed backpack for a 4-day backpacking trip. Pretty straightforward. It's really not that much to it. Just need to keep a couple things in mind. I've been doing it this way for years now. It took me a little while to kind of hone it in, but this works very well for me. Hopefully maybe this gave you some ideas, maybe a different way you could pack your own pack. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.